Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. Check the description box below for tabs and backing tracks on my website, information about exactly what sound tools I'm using today, how to schedule one-on-one time with me, live streams and more on my Patreon page, and deep dive courses. It's all on my website. Now, the intro, which I kind of truncated to get right to the fun riffy part, is a 12-bar blues in G. So if you listen close, the guitar riff is just kind of copping the bass riff. So G minor pentatonic. You know, third fret. And then we're just doing a palm muting. One thing I'd like to point out, syncopation. It's not going... No, if you listen, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Ooh. And it's little things like that. Little things like that make all the difference. But that's all that's going on. And the neat thing is, the bass is going to go up to a C, but the guitar riff actually is just staying on that. So it's like twice, 3 times, 4 times. Bass is going up to a C, so you get back to the G. And then, you know, that is D, C, B flat. You'll see me sometimes grab that with my pinky. That's our first part. Little detour if you enjoy my work. Like, subscribe, share. That costs you nothing, and that helps people who work this gig immensely. On to the next part. Just minor pentatonic melodies, so this one makes a great repertoire builder. That's such it's really just it's almost like a sequence because it's just that root note, the note below it and back again, and then this note, the note below it and back again, this note, the note below it and back again, this note, the note below it and back again. So again. Slide back to that B flat right there, that first fret of the A. I really don't think I need to say these because this is just... It's like really just an intuitive melody at this point. You can put a little bit of a bend on there to give it some attitude. And then it's really that, you know, it would have been the same thing. I could have gone and done it in this position. It's the same sequence, mathematical sequence, but starting on that C note. But just to make it bendier, I put it over here on the B string. But that's still just a G minor pentatonic scale, you know, what would be the best way to see that? You know, so there's our G, there's our B flat, bend that one up a whole step. And I talk about this often. Take a look at this hand when I do that bend. I'm not going like this. Hear all that string noise I got when I know I have a big band? There's a lot of times why you hear people do the rake. I talked about this in last week's video. A rake, some people are curious about how to do it. Watch this hand. It's that. Back over to here. You saw that. 8, 6, 8, but still the same sequence. 6, 7, 6. There we are back there. Let's look at that. That's a nice run. And there we go up with that 5 to 3, or sorry, 3 to 5. And now we're at a C chord. So that's, yeah. Because that's the changes right there. A C. Yes, you are. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you are. Down, 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 down. Love the Kinks so much. Underrated band. Like, they're the in-between point between the Beatles and the Stones. They can get scrappy like the Stones, or they can be like jazz hands like the Beatles. But anyway, the C lick. Let's see. That's neat. Yeah, Dave Davies, man. I love Dave Davies. So bend that 5 on the G string up. And get that 3 up there. And again, this hand's sitting. That's a cool lick by itself. And that's really, to me, that's like a B flat lick, but he's playing it kind of before it got to the B flat. 3, 5, 3, 3, because there's a B flat. It's a pentatonic double stop. And that's me at that point, just kind of copying, because there's like a bunch of vocals there, and the guitar is just kind of noodly there. So I crispened it up to make it playable for y'all. So I'm seeing a B flat chord, 6 and 6. You see that? You see it? See it. Tony Baker. 6 and 6, 8, 6, and then still, seeing this G minor pentatonic. I could play that cleaner. Slow it down. And then, then we got another B flat for the. So I'm seeing this B flat or this B flat or this one. These are cage shapes. And that is hard to get that 5th fret of the G string, get that bend clean. Really listen for it. It's okay, I guess, if it's a little flat. No, it's not. And there is my C chord. So it's like a C, because that is going across. Yeah, that's on the B flat. All 3 lined up, thumb over the top. Let's see this hand. I talked about this last week with bending. Where's my focal depth? Great. I guess you could get it. Hold on, let me see. Can I get it this style? No, you can't get it all the way there. Thumb over the top, all 3 lined up. Down to this tone here, because it's B flat. Now we're on an F chord. Here's an F. Here's an F. Power chord, 5, 3, and then the C. 0 and 1. And then I grab the horns, start to do that little pentatonic thing. Same thing from before. It's like, I think at some point we all learned that classic sequence, and this is kind of a song built around that, and it's such a great song. So 2, 3. So we're coming in on this B flat here, but you can see the sequence appears again. Yeah, makes this song just a great technical warm-up that is still catchy. So it's like, instead of going like practicing sequences, like just play this song. And here comes that turnaround a second time. Here's my B flat. So I'm grabbing this 3 and 3, muted out in the middle, all the way up to this. It's interesting. I'm seeing this F chord, but the melody is playing a G right there. So that is 8. Yeah, that's the 8th fret. 6. Just that. And then we got a C chord coming at you, so I put a big pedal steel bend on the end here. Same thing though, I'm totally wrapped around, and I'm using multiple fingers to get this 7 up, this 8 and 8. So basically I'm bending the second degree of a C scale or C chord into that perfect third. Yeah, that's a pedal steel guitar bend, you know. Wait, can I do? Chicken picking. But yeah, just doing that. And then, as we cross over, let's show you there's a couple of other things in the song that I didn't include in the intro. There's the... Can't tell. That's just the best guitar tone. I don't know what amp that is. It's totally cranked. I wouldn't chase it too hard. That's just bar chords, but not the high ones, just the meaty section of them. Or is it just power chords? Let's listen. Do we think it's... I think it has that third in it. And you see me catch that there? That's a big deal for rocking, catching stuff, not going... No, to make it punchier. But then it's interesting, so it does that. But then, different riff when the drums drop in. A little bit looser. And then there's a response riff, which is on a different part of the beat. So it's like, it does it by itself. Drums drop. See that they moved it an eighth note later. So that's like the bridge part. And then I love this. You could hear the Ray Davies part of the bridge comes in with a... So that Ray Davies part, you could hear a different vocalist, is the Stairway to Heaven minor line cliche walk down off of a C minor. But let's just go ahead and grab 10, 8, 8. Walk it down, walk it down. That's a minor line cliche. That's everywhere. It's not just Stairway to Heaven. 10, 9, 8, 7. get your fingers around to get that last one. And then back to the Dave Davies part. I should do more Kinks. I will, because there's so many great Kinks songs, so many great Kinks riff. Last of the Steam-Powered Trains, Johnny Thunder. Oh, freaking Power Man. Freaking Lola. Waterloo Sunset. Let's see, do I remember it? That's a great one. And of course, you know, You Really Got Me. I mean, you know, that's one of the ones that people are like, you know, that I think Link Ray Rumble are the two. They're like, there is the birth of, you know, electric guitar with distortion. So yeah, there you have it. Really, this song fits into that category of things. Well, it's a great song from a great run of great records, you know, starting with Something Else to Village Green Preservation Society to Arthur to Lola versus the Power Man. Like, oh, and wait, is it Muswell Hillbillies? That one's in, yeah, it's like a 5-record run. The Kinks were on fire there. And like I said this earlier in the video, I love the Kinks so much because like you got the Stones over there and the Beatles over there, and the Kinks to me are like in between those two things. They'll do Stonesy-ish, bluesy, scrappy things, or they'll do like fancy chord Beatlesy things, but all in a very, you know, Kinks kind of way. I'll be doing more Kinks. It truly is one of the bands I love a lot, and it's odd that I haven't spent more time doing this with the Kinks. What I was gonna say is make a list of songs that you're working on. That's your repertoire. Doesn't even have to be the whole song. Doesn't have to be the whole song. Sections. And I stand by, like, just like this is a great warm up. That's so fun. I say this every day when I teach in the afternoons. Like, hey, first things first, you know, we're bombarded by information. Let's just choose things to work on that aren't too difficult, that are right about there, so we can work on how good we can play them. And so, honestly, if I was practicing this, I'd play it a lot slower. And then I play the next section even slower to make sure I got it. To really drag things around, because yeah, that's just how I always think to work on things, and like to whittle things down to a short list. You know, I have to-do lists everywhere. And like, in fact, I'm like, things to talk about in the video. It's written down on a piece of paper. Keep things organized in simple lists that you can actually, you know, work on and then cross things off. And then, and then you'll feel a lot better. Thanks so much to everybody who supports me in all the ways that you do. That's all we'll talk about for today. Again, everything's on the website. That's how I stay in business. Lessons, Patreon live streams, and backing tracks are there too. And then the courses that I make. It's all through there. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.